Shane, didn't you know I wake up 3 a.m. every morning and make the pasta myself? Serious?
I wouldn't put it past you,
Why doesn't he
Costa.
believe me?
I would not put it past you.
Guys, welcome back to Eat With Us at Organica. I got Shane here from Australian Finance Hub. He's actually moved in 3 stores down on Majors Bay Road in Concord. Shane is a very proactive finance broker. He's got a great team behind him. Originally from Wetherill Park, but decided to come to Concord. Why did you come to Concord?
To be honest, I'll go back a bit. When I first got married, my wife was from Balmain.
Okay.
I was from out west, Cecil Hills. And so when we got married, we thought, let's pull out a map, find the middle, and it ended up being Concord.
Right.
So I've been in Concord for about 6 years now. So
It's a central hub, isn't it?
yeah, it's
A lot of
close to
people gather
everything.
here.
Close to everything. For me anyway, I mean, to the city is 20 minutes.
Yep.
Out west is half an hour. If I want to go to the northern beaches, half an hour.
20 minutes, half an
It's
hour.
quite central for me. So
Just so you guys understand how proactive Shane is, he's been in Concord for about 6 months and he's already developed a Inner West business hub. It's a commerce that gets held in the back of Organica once a month, and it's actually backed by Bank West. So Bank West funds it. A lot of people from the community come. It's invites only. There's different networks from different directors around the area. So he's a guy that brings people together. Hence why finance is a great game for you, right? Is that why you got into it?
I mean, I studied, when I first left school, I got into finance and economics at university. And while I was studying, I was in the finance game and I was working at the banks.
Which one?
Bank West.
Okay.
So I was at Bank West for about 8 years.
Yep.
And initially it was working part-time while I was studying part-time. And then once I finished my degree, I moved into a full-time position and sort of excelled my way through that. Worked all the way through as a regional manager at Bank West by the time I had left. Started the business Australian Finance Hub about 8 years ago.
How many staff have you got now?
We have 13 staff. We've only really taken the next level into the game probably about the last 12 months. The reason why we've done so well and gone so quick is because we put our customers first.
You mentioned last week when we were chatting that you call up banks every 6 months
Yes,
and get better rates for your customers.
yes.
What else sets Australian Finance Hub aside?
We are one of the biggest independent brokerages in the country. We work with about 40 different banks. But what really sets us apart is because of the volume that we do, we can actually get the banks to negotiate the rates against each other. So we'll always get the best rate. Because of the volume that we do, we have internal credit managers at the bank, so we can get deals sort of approved before we even submit the application.
How long does it take you to get an approval?
We've had instances that we can submit an application by midday and get it approved by close of business. Apart from that, we have volume, we have quicker turnaround times, we have our own internal credit managers within the banks, and we get the banks to negotiate against each other. But like you said before, we've got a person that purely looks after our existing clients, that renegotiates every single one of our clients' rates every 6 months to make sure they're always on the best possible rates.
Yep.
And they don't even know it's happening. Every 6 months they just get a text message, say we've negotiated your rates, we've got you a better discount, or we couldn't get you a discount in this instance.
Not bad. Without
And-
doing anything.
And
That's
you don't
very
even
good.
need to do it, you'll just get a next text message
So
every
you,
6
you
months.
do that for your customer without them even asking you to do it.
Without asking, no problem.
We've ordered some food that you always like to eat here. I see you 3-4 times a week. You love your pastas.
I'm
chili.
married to an Italian. What do you, what do you expect?
So how does it compare?
Thank you.
How does
Mate,
it compare?
Pretty much on
Don't
par.
say nothing to upset her though,
Or my mother-in-law.
or your mother-in-law.
Or my
That's
mother-in-law,
right.
but pretty on par, I would say. Which is the reason why we keep coming back.
Awesome, thank
Yeah.
you. We've ordered 3 pastas, entree size. We've got the gambaretti linguine here. We've got the basquiola, penne basquiola, and the chicken pesto with chili. But they're entree sizes, so we can pick on each of them. Let's begin. But more importantly, I want to know,
Yes.
and I'm sure everybody listening wants to know, what's coming for the future with finance. I mean, 2022, interest rates rose, I think 6 times. 23, they kept on rising. In 24, they've maintained and they haven't gone down. From your customers, what do you hear? I mean, I can see from what's going on around Sydney that people are holding on with
Dear life.
dear life.
Yes.
What can
It
you
was
tell us about the future?
All in a hope to reduce inflation. right?
Okay.
And to be honest, to this day, we still don't have it under wraps.
Yep.
What that's done for people's borrowing capacity, it's probably reduced it by about 20 to 25% as the interest rates have gone up. The amount that people can borrow has come down.
Wow.
So if someone that could borrow $1 million about 2 years ago can only borrow maybe 750 or 800 in this market today.
yeah.
However, we've seen the property market not drop that 20-25%, although borrowing capacity has been impacted to 20-25%, and that's all due to supply demand. In my opinion, people are holding on by the skin of their teeth. We get calls every day to try to reduce interest rates. Clients are already on the best rate. There's nothing we can do apart from them looking to sell their property or holding on. They've used all of their savings that they've built up during COVID, and now they're at the bottom end of things, I would say. And so they're holding off for dear life. If there was one more interest rate increase, it would really tip people over the edge. And I'll tell you that as a fact, because I speak to clients all day, every day. I don't think there's going to be another interest rate increase, in my opinion. Although inflation is still relatively high compared to what the RBA is asking for, I believe that, and based on statistics, that 75% of the spending is done by people aged 55 to 70. So they don't even have a mortgage coster.
Right.
So they're putting up these interest rates on households that have mortgages.
Yeah.
They're the ones feeling the pain, but they're not the ones spending the money
Wow.
in raising
See, I didn't realize
inflation.
that.
Off
So
the
by
back
putting
of,
up the interest rates, they're
they're not really helping the people.
they're not helping the cause.
They're not helping the cause, in my opinion. Further to that, building approvals are down, which means builders aren't busy. Contractors will then start slowing down.
Yep.
And it's a roll-on effect to retailers. When you buy a new house, you buy new furniture, you buy new white goods, people tend to buy new cars 6 months after they've bought their first house.
Yep.
And saying that off the back of COVID, we've seen that there's an increase in liquidation companies. You know, just can't afford to keep their doors open anymore. So
Yep.
it's almost at
So
a
they
record
shut shop.
high, yeah. Unemployment is also on the rise. So although inflation is a little bit higher, the other indicators such as consumer confidence, such as building approvals, such as unemployment, and all in all, with companies liquidating, something has to give, which means I believe that by the end of the year or early next year, early 2025, we will see our first interest rate drop.
Yep.
I'm loving this cheese bread, Costa.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Guys, we get the garlic bread and we dip it into the sauce of the pasta as well. It helps the flavors enhance. Shane, it's good to speak to you.
Thank you so much for having me. I love being here. I love Organica. The convenience of it, the atmosphere that has got, you know, the food is incredible. I love the coffee. I have a coffee from here every morning, you know that. But also the availability and accessibility. I'll walk here at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to the office and it's open. I leave here at 10 o'clock at night and drive past and it's still open 7 days a week.
Servicing the community.
That's exactly what it's doing.
Guys, thanks for listening. If you've got any questions about a home loan, it's just here in Concord down the road. Very accessible, great team. They're always here having a laugh. So I've met them. I can talk personally about them. Great people to deal with. There's numbers on the screen, the emails on the screen. We're eating the gambaretti linguine, the basquiola, rocket salad, chicken pesto, and the garlic bread with cheese.
All incredible, Costa.
Thank you, man. And we'll see you on the next episode. Thanks for watching. See you guys.